Freyr, whose name in Old Norse simply means Lord, stands as one of the most revered and harmonizing figures in Norse mythology. A member of the Vanir, the older tribe of gods associated with fertility, nature, wealth, and life force, Freyr embodies prosperity, peace, sacred kingship, and abundance. He is the son of Njordr and the brother, possibly even consort of Freya. From childhood, he was granted dominion over Alfheim, a luminous realm tied to light and growth. Unlike the Aesir gods who often pursue order through conquest or sacrifice, Freyr governs through harmony, his authority rooted not in domination but in right relationship with the land and the people. He represents a model of divine masculinity that nurtures, sustains, and brings forth life. Freyr's sacred symbols reinforce this life-giving power. His golden boar, Gullinbursti, crafted by the dwarven smiths Brocher and Sindri, radiates like the light from the sun and moves effortlessly through all realms, symbolizing unstoppable vitality and fertile force. He also possesses Skithbladnir, a magical ship that always catches favorable winds and can be folded into a pouch, representing mastery over movement, trade, and destiny itself. Yet perhaps his most profound symbol is the enchanted sword that could fight on its own, a weapon of ultimate sovereignty and power. In a defining act, Freyr gives up this sword, sacrificing raw force for something far greater. This sacrifice unfolds in the myth of his love for Gerdr, a giantess of extraordinary beauty. From Odin's high seat, Hlidskjalf, Freyr glimpses her and is overcome with longing so intense he falls into silence and despair. Unable to eat, sleep, or speak, he sends his servant Skirnir to win her hand in marriage. The cost of this union is steep. Freyr relinquishes his self-fighting sword. In doing so, he trades sovereign power for love, fertility, and union. This myth encodes a deeper truth. Life does not flourish through control alone, but through surrender, connection, and the willingness to give of oneself. As a figure of sacred kingship, Freyr was especially venerated in ancient Sweden, where he was linked to the legendary Yngling dynasty. He was seen as the ideal ruler, one whose reign brought peace, frith, abundant harvests, and widespread prosperity. Temples such as the one at Uppsala honored him through offerings meant to ensure fertility and good seasons. Freyr's authority was not enforced through fear or coercion, but through provision. He represents a form of law rooted in natural order, where leadership is measured by the ability to sustain life and maintain balance. At Ragnarok, Freyr's story takes a tragic yet symbolic turn. He faces the fire giant Surtur, without his magical sword, forced instead to fight with an antler. Without his former weapon, he falls in battle. Yet this outcome is not merely defeat, it reflects the cyclical nature of existence. As a god of fertility, Freyr embodies the eternal rhythm of life, death, and renewal. His earlier sacrifice for love ultimately leads to vulnerability, but also to transformation, reinforcing the idea that all growth carries risk and all life moves in cycles. On a deeper level, Freyr represents an archetypal pattern woven into reality itself. He is the force of creation, growth, and multiplication, the principle that prosperity flows where harmony exists. Psychologically, he reflects the aspect of the self that builds, nurtures, and sustains, as well as the willingness to relinquish control in order to form meaningful connection. His energy is not aggressive or warlike, but generative and life-affirming. Wealth in his domain is something that flows abundantly to all his folk. Through the land, he blesses. Within a structural framework, Freyr aligns with principles of provision, stewardship, and non-coercive authority. He represents a model where ownership carries responsibility and leadership ensures abundance rather than extracting it. In a spiritual or ecclesiastical system, he might be overstood as the custodian of sustenance, the keeper of cycles from seed to harvest to rest. His resonance with runes such as Ingwaz, the seed, Yera, the harvest cycle, Fehu, mobile wealth, and Berkano, growth and birth, further reinforces his role as a living symbol of fertile continuity.